Hello, my YouTube friends. Today we're just kind of do a walk around, show you our gardens. And it's been a rough year. Some things done good, some things didn't. But we're going to make it work one way or the other. Well, look at here. Her Babu come over to see me. She wanted a popsicle right away today, so I had to give her one of those. We're going to give you our update on our animals, our garden. So come along with us and we'll take a journey. Folks, outside of our high tunnel, we planted a couple of these little yellow tomato plants, one on each side of the door. We've been picking a lot of them. You want a tomato? Can you eat that? Want Poopa to help you? Can you eat? You big piggy! You gonna eat all that up? And down through here, cut our Swiss chard back. It was getting big, so Swiss chard's really good. It's good for you, and it don't take just a few minutes to cook Swiss chard. It makes a really good green to eat fast. And our green beans here, we cut a lot of them back. Now they're starting to bear heavy again. See how we cut these back? They'll grow, and then they'll produce again. So they'll produce heavy then all the way to frost. Look how heavy these green beans are bearing again. They pretty. One issue we had this year really bad was them thrips. Really on our onions. Our onions didn't get as big as normal. We got leeks. They fought them on the leeks. And we'll show you some of our leeks over here. I'm gonna pull one of these leeks just to kind of show you. They done really well. Now folks, what I like to do with these is you cut them there and you cut them right where the white ends, somewhere in there. You can see when you cut them up, they'll still be tender. But what I do is I mince these all up, chop them all up, put them in baggies, and then throw them in the freezer. So in the winter, if you happen to run out of onions or too lazy to go get some down in a cold place where we keep them, just grab these out of the freezer, take a handful and throw them whatever you're cooking. They're really, really good. They make the best potato soup you ever ate. You got to try them sometime. I'll lay it right here for now. Just don't forget that. And we got some nice basil here. Nana makes a pesto out of these. They're really, really good. You get that little bitty bread and then you toast it, get it real crunchy, and then she makes a pesto to put on them. It's really good eating. Here's our peppers. Here's our bell peppers. They're getting big. We put our bell peppers and our hot peppers in different beds. Over here, some of our hot peppers. We got hot banana peppers. See this one right here? Starting to rot. We need to spray these. I spray these with a fungicide, and I got copper, and I spray them with Miracle-Gro. They're starting to be nutritional deficient, so I'm going to spread them. I didn't put fertilizer in our mulch this year, and I think we was a little weak. So now I'm going to come back and spray them with Miracle-Gro like every 3 or 4 days. You still get all the nutrition when you put manure and mulch. You get all the nutrition. The trouble with using just straight fertilizer all the time is you lose all your minerals, your vitamins, your nutrients. But as long as you got manure and mulch, then you can go back and supplement it with Miracle-Gro, and you'll still get all your nutrients out of your ground. This bed here, right here, was our garlic bed. We got it all done. And we plant our cucumbers in here. We grow them on this cattle panel. Here's what's funny. If you plant these in May out in the garden, even in like this, in a trellis, when it gets hot, middle of July, they start dying. They die off. The high tunnel's got UV protection, and these here will bear plumb to the time it freezes. And they really, really do well. These are our eaten ones in here. Then we'll show you our pickler ones after a while. This is our spring bed. And here's a tomato. They come up voluntarily. And they're getting some nice tomatoes on them. And the reason why we leave this bed, if you see these, let's let me pick one. Right here, you know, I can get them in the middle of my hand better. Now I got one right there. If you can see that, that's where we get all of our ready seeds. We let these go to seed, and every one of these pods got little seeds in them, so we can keep them from year to year. In fact, I'm thinking about, I'm going to pick some of these here the next few days and plant them so I have them in the fall. Here's another one you can keep the seeds off of. Look at them little seeds. I'm gonna get them in my hand, I don't know. Yeah, look at lettuce. That's all your lettuce seeds. I'm gonna plant some of this fall too. You can have fall lettuce. We have fall radishes. And this bed over here was our strawberries. Of course, they're June bears, so they're done. They got ripe early. They was all being ate in May. They got ripe really early this year. Here's something I've been having trouble with, and I don't know. I think it's just too cold. Is our okra. We planted a whole row of okra, and we got 3. That's all that came up. Last year we didn't even get any come up at all. So I don't know, but the springs have been so cold. Okra grows in the south, it likes the heat. But it's starting to bloom now. We cut a few of them off of it. And here's our inside tomatoes. They'll have to freeze pretty hard before it kills them in the high tunnel here. We let all the sides down, buckle it up, and she'll stay warm a long time. This whole bed here is only 5 tomato plants. And what we plant is what they call Yugoslavian tomato. It's open pollinated. You keep your own seeds every year, and they do better and better every year. They're just super good tomatoes. They get about 3.5 inches across, 4 inches. They hardly any seeds in them. And it ain't all watery. I think they'd make a good sauce. I think they could replace your Romans for making sauce. I really do, because there's not many seeds in them. They're really good. Not much juice. Here's something you don't see very often. It's an old planter. It's got all your listings what you want to plant, and you just flip that over to that thing, push it, makes a little trough, and this buries it. Here's my other bed of okra we planted, and I had better luck with it. Same seeds, planted the same day. Folks, I want to show you my green onions. Now most people raise these in the spring, and they're just delicious. But what I do is I buy an extra 15 pounds of onion sets. And I got a little refrigerator. I keep my bait in the freezer and stuff. I throw them in the refrigerator, and you always want to leave the bag open. If you tie the bag shut, they'll start to rot. Leave it open, and a paper bag's better yet. But if you got a plastic one, leave it open. You can plant them all summer and have them plumb to winter time, because I love my green onions. So I want to show you one more thing over here. This is our dill patch. Jessica put a bunch of mulch in here. And now these here, we'll just shake these off. Stir the dirt up a little bit. They'll be reseeded for next year. They'll come up every year. And these are my chives. I got to tell you a story about that. They taste just almost like green onions. I cut them every spring real early, so you have real early green onions. That's another thing. I'll cut them, wash them, mince them up, throw them in the freezer. But a neighbor gave these to me. He gave them to me years ago, about 35 years ago, and I still have them. They reseed, and they just keep going. So now we're going to go out and we'll go take a look at our outside garden and show you how they're doing. Folks, I'm standing out here in our squash patch. As you can see, we got some weeds and grass, but we echo weed it until they get to running too much, then you can't do nothing with it. We had a lot of rain this summer, so the weeds come in late, but it won't hurt nothing. They're far enough along where we'll make really, really good squash. We got all different kinds. We got butternut, acorn. We got some pumpkins down the end for the kids. In fact, I can take you down there and show you a pumpkin. With squash, you get squash bugs every year. So what I use is a liquid number 7 or liquid number 8. Then I use a fungicide on them. I use copper, fungicide mixed with copper, and that helps with all your leaves turning brown and that rust that gets on everything. Copper really helps. Let me see where I can find it. There it is. There it is, folks. Getting a pumpkin on it. The kids like their pumpkins. We usually raise some just to give away, and for friends, family, people want some. And we got a lot of squash. A lot of time we'll take it up to the old folks' home, take it up there. They really like eating that kind of stuff. Folks, we planted some more green beans out here. Make sure we got plenty to can. Here's our popcorn out here. It's going to make pretty good popcorn this year. It did good last year too. And over here we got our cucumbers. Now these will be the pickling kind, and they'll keep growing up the fences. And you want to get these going the right direction. If some of these get down, you start kind of putting them around. Give them a chance and let them start growing up. And you can pick most of them standing up, except what's puts on close to the ground. But they'll be coming along now. So we'll be having some good pickles this winter. And right here, we have open pollinated sweet corn. We don't know how sweet it'll be or how good it'll be. We planted some last year. We just let it get old, so we have seeds. We kept our seeds. So this year we'll actually try it and see if it's sweet or not. Here's some sunflowers. Nana loves her sunflowers, so we always plant her a row of them. Here's our tomatoes that we showed you early planting. That little one there, he got broke off. We thought he'd die, but he came back. He ain't very big, but he came back. We got some nice tomatoes on this. I got a few spots. I got to throw more hay up. Just blew off. I want to get it shaded. So I got to throw down a bale of hay and throw them up here. We get some pretty big tomatoes on here. There's a big one. These are Yugoslavian tomatoes, just like we grow, open pollinated. You keep your own seeds every year. And folks, even if you use manure, like we do, get you some Miracle Grow just for tomatoes. That's it. It'll be pink in the water, not green. But it makes all the difference in the world. Blossom rot, end rot. It just completely changes your tomatoes. You have the best tomatoes that you ever grew. And like I said before, when you use manure, you still got all your nutrients that you need to be good health. But that balances your calcium and magnesium. And that's what makes them so nice. Here we got a nice zucchini plant, and over here's one that the worms got in. Here's one that the worm got in, I got right away. So he's coming back. We showed you in another video how to cut them out. You cut them out, they'll go right in at the base. Just cut that in and keep cutting up your stem until you find the worm, and then extract him. And over here we got pink grapes, and over there we got Fredonia grapes. They're like a Concord grape, but these are seedless. And folks, one thing you got to do, I didn't quite get it early enough. You see them little black spots? You got to spray these with a fungicide. If you don't, most years you'll never make nothing. There's a couple decent ones, but I didn't start soon enough. But you know, you're so busy on the farm and all this stuff going on, and then I've been helping a nephew out, and I ain't had the time I normally have. So you just do the best you can and let the good Lord worry about the rest. He said, earn your living by the sweat of your brow, and we do that, especially this summer when you hit 90-degree weather. You actually don't have to earn your living by the sweat of your brow. You just need to stand out here and breathe, and you'll sweat like a horse. Folks, we're out here. We planted 12 acres of sorghum Sudan grass for hay. Here's one of the bales. We made them a little smaller because if it's a little tough, I can still lift them with my old 706. Otherwise, I can't keep the front end on the ground. But I want to give credit to a friend of mine that always bales our hay, to Mr. B.D. Brown. He comes over and bales our hay, and he don't even ever charge us nothing. So we got to try to do something to make up for it. But he's a good friend of mine. We've been friends a long time. If I need help, he's there. If he needs help, I'll help him. Like this time, for years, we used his bull, and now we bought a bull, so now he's using our bull. So he gets a new bloodline. So we just swap back and forth, help each other, and we got really good neighbors. I had a neighbor up here, brought us over some hay last week. When you got neighbors like that, that's what this is all about. People helping people. People got more can give to people who got less, or somebody's falling on hard times, or somebody just has a short year. Everybody help each other. That's the way God intended it, and that's the way I like to do things. Now we got this baled. What I do now is I'll let this grow, and all the way to frost. It'll probably be up this high, shoulder high, and then in the winter, after we get a hard killing freeze, after a few days, I turn the cows out here and the goats out here, and they'll eat on it plumb to Christmas time. So it really extends your pasture a long ways. Well, folks, we thought we'd take a walk over here and show you our calves. If you remember our video where we castrate them, they're all doing well. The mamas are all laying in the shade, enjoying the day. Got two little bulls there. They were bulls. They're castrated now. I got one way in the back there. He's doing well. And then Lily Bell, the brown one, laying there. She's going to be having a baby pretty soon, so I'll be back in the business of milking her twice a day. So she's our little Jersey. So last time, that little red one laying there, that's her baby from last time. She come out red and white. So she's half Jersey, half Hereford. So we'll see what she does this time. The other three had all bull calves. We'll see if she has a heifer or a bull calf. We'll keep you updated on that. As you can see, these cows are used to being sprayed. What they don't like it when you get in their face, but you got to hit their face a little bit because otherwise they'll get pink eye. But usually if you get them pretty good, they'll rub each other and rub their heads against each other. So this is my best cow for being sprayed. She's really good about it. Come on, go on the other side. I'll do the other side for you. You too, little Andre. You start spraying them when they're little, and then when they get older, they're used to it. And most of them will let you spray them. We got some that don't like it. Here I got two babies right in here. I'm going to get them while they're here. They don't like it so good yet. I spray them every day. Folks, if some of you wonder what we spray our cows with, it's called Prozap Insectrin X. It kills flies, lice, ticks, mites, and what I'm going to do with this, when I clean out my chicken coop, clean it all out, I'll go in there and I'll spray all the walls and everything with this because it'll kill all mites, all lice. I had a lot of questions about mites on goats. This is what you need right here. It kills flies, mites, ticks, fleas. It kills it all. Folks, if somebody wondered about your dogs, you can use this also on your dogs. You just want to let them dry first outside before you let them in your house. And it's supposed to work good for them. So give it a try, see what happens. And it's a different kind because you can use this on milk cows. There's some sprays that you can't use on a milk cow because they'll go into your milk. But this is supposedly to be safe. So this is what I use. Well, folks, I'm going to take you and show you these spring chickens. These little hens are ISAs. And they'll be laying now in another 6 weeks. So I have all brand new hens this year. My other hens are getting old. Some of them are 3 years old. They don't lay much. So I got to get them replaced. And over here, there's some more of our, that's old Mr. Rooster. Remember the one that was shaking his head? We got him all doctored up. These are eating chickens in here. This is our second batch. I'm going to tell you something about them chickens. We found out something very important this year. You know, in the spring you buy them, you kind of worry about it cold, you got your heat lights out. Folks, that's when they grow the best. I got these 1st of July, and it was 90 degrees. They do not grow. We lost 5 of them. They don't grow at all. They don't eat much. But now they're starting to take off. They should have already been about ready to butcher, and they ain't even half grown yet. So if you don't want to buy chickens, and don't buy them when it's really, really hot in the summer. Get them in the spring. Folks, I can't remember the name of these. They're all hens. They're blue something. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys could leave it in a comment what they are. But I was in the store one day, and these are really pricey chickens. They're like $8 a piece when they're little. And I said, I'm not paying $8 a piece because they're blue or red or yellow or any other color. So I said, well, if you take them off our hands, they're already getting pretty big. We'll let you have them for $2 a piece. So I took all of them. So that's how I ended up with them. I don't even know what for sure what they're called. They're blue something. Okay, folks, over here's our mama goats. We locked them in here for a while. We're fixing fence because they were getting out, so we got to fix fence. The reason I brought you over here, same way with the cows, we give what they call a fly block. You keep a fly block in with them, and this fly block is even good for dairy cattle. So you can even keep the milk. But that kills the flies. When they lay on, eggs net on them, they hatch out, it'll kill them. So you want to keep fly blocks out in the summer. That also helps. And over here's our babies. These are all the little boy goats. They only got 3 girls this year, and they're in the barn. We got them separated. We got all the rest of these are all little boy goats. Folks, my daughter Emily, she wanted to leave them as intact males, so they can be bought as billy goats to breed, because they're good bloodlines, and maybe somebody will buy them to use them for breed. But the trouble with that is you can't keep the females in with them. Number 2, they don't grow as fast, and number 3, they don't bring as much money. So once she found all that out, she'll castrate all of them. She won't do that again. Folks, there's our new goose. I ain't sure what bloodline he is. He looks like he's part Canadian, but he might not be. But if you know what he is, leave it in the comments. He had a broken wing, and his feathers grow crooked. And then one of these days, every once in a while, he'll pull them all out, and then they grow back again. But we never had babies because we never had a male goose. So maybe next spring, we'll be able to hatch some geese out. But one thing I did notice, I got ducks in there, and I keep them in. I lock them in at night. I shut this door. The geese stay out. Nothing bothers the geese. But them geese are going into that little house there, taking the duck eggs out here in the yard. And I know it's them because they're even putting them in their swimming pool where they swim. So I'm not going to mess with it this year anyway, but next spring I'll keep them separated. And that way we maybe have some baby ducks because I love to eat duck. Well, folks, we kind of walked you through what's going on around here. It's been a rough year. It's either been hotter than heck or it's dry and cold. Last spring it was really wet and cold. Nothing would come up. We planted a lot of stuff twice. So you'll have years like that, but that's farming. That's life. You have good days, you have bad days. Don't make no difference. We're looking for a future when we'll have every day be a good day. When the Lord comes back, all our sweat and our toil and our heartaches and our troubles, that'll all be over with. And we'll all live a joyous together, no hatred. And that's the day I'm looking for. But until then, we just got to keep fighting, keep striving forward, and don't give up. And we pray that God walks with you, blesses you, guides you in each and every way and on each and every day. Thank you very, very much. You want to jump up there? Ella, come here and hold her hand. She wants to jump. Oh! Whoa! Look at her jump. She's jumping already. Jump this way. Hurry up. Oh! Jump to Poopa. Can you jump way down here? Hey! What a big girl. No, we got to go in the house. You're getting too hot.